Screen is visible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Dalton's law of partial pressure was done. Today we are going to do questions or problems related to. Wait, am I visible? The video is off. Camera is off. Problems related to open vessel. Problem related to open vessel. In open vessel, pressure will be constant. Just think a container which is open. That means here the pressure will be atm PATM, atmospheric pressure. So pressure will all pressure is constant and the volume is also constant. So what we have, PV equals to nRT, and here in open vessel pressure is constant, volume is constant, and you can also write nRT or NT equals to PV upon R. From ideal gas equation, we can write NT equals to PV upon R. Saif.
Yes.
So here you can see pressure is constant, V is constant, and R is gas constant, that is real ideal gas constant. So we can write NT equals to constant, and we will have a formula N1 T1 equals to NT2 N2 T2. Is there any problem in this?
No, sir.
Saif, Fawaz?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
Okay. Again, I am going to explain it. In open vessel, pressure is constant as well as volume is constant. So from ideal gas equation, PV equals to nRT, and we can also write it NT equals to PV upon R. P is constant, V is constant, and here R is also constant because it is ideal gas constant, and we can write NT equals to constant. That means at time T1 equals to N1 T1, that will be equal to at time T2 equals to N2 T2. So here is an equation, or you can say it a formula. If a problem comes under this related to open vessel, we will apply N1 T1 equals to N2 T2. Just write it and let me know. Sorry. Was done.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Saif.
Yes.
Ifra.
Yes, sir, done.
Okay. Now we are going to have a question on this topic. An open vessel. From the problems, we can easily find it. Is it open vessel or closed vessel? An open vessel contains air at 27 degrees centigrade. At what temperature it must be heated to expel 1/4 of air? 1/4 of air. I'm going to give options. Option A. This is very bad. Option A is 300 Kelvin. Option B is 450 Kelvin. Option C is 400 Kelvin. And option D is 500 Kelvin. Ifra, can you do this?
Yes, sir. Trying.
Okay. Saif, Fawaz.
Trying, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any other students can? Saif, okay. Just see here. Open vessel container. Open vessel container. It's, I just wrote it wrong. Contains. It is container. Container contains air. Okay. Open vessel container, that gives a hint that P is equal to constant, as well as V is also equals to constant. And from the previous concept, we can easily write N1 T1 equals to N2 T2. Whenever there is open vessel, that means N1 T1 equals to N2 T2. And here, just let suppose N1 equals to N. N1 equals to N. That means initial number of moles is N, and final N2, final number of moles is, according to the question, it must expel 1/4 of the air. Here N is initial mole of air and N2 is final mole of air. That means 1/4 of the air will be expelled out. That means N minus 1/4 times of N will be expelled out, and it will be equal to 3n/4. Everyone good at this?
Sir, my answer is coming C.
C, very good. Steph,
For me also C, sir.
very good. Fawaz,
सर मुझे
Fawaz.
समझ नहीं आया ये 3n/4.
Okay, just see. Fawaz, can we apply N1 T1 equals to N2 T2? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Because the vessel is open. Now see, N1, just suppose let the initial number of moles of air is N. So the final number of moles N2 is equal to N minus N into 1/4, because 1/4 of the initial is expelled out. Then how much left? N minus 1/4 N. That will be equal to 3n upon 4. And here you can say, you can see temperature T1 equals to 27 degrees centigrade. That is equal to 300 Kelvin. and we need to find N2. So we can easily apply this formula. N1 is equal to N2 T2. N1 is N and T1 is 300. N2 is 3N by 4 and T2 we need to calculate. So you can see N is cancelled by N and it will be equal to T2 equals to 300 into 4 upon 3 and it will be cancelled by 100 and the answer will be 400 Kelvin. Everyone
Yes, sir.
just write it for us. Then we will move to the next question.
Evening, sir.
Good evening. Etasham.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Why are you late?
Sorry, sir.
Okay. I'm sliding up. Just take a screenshot. Okay, Tasham.
Yes.
Etasham, is it done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And here is a problem. Just take the screenshot of this. If my system got a
Done, sir.
get stuck, then let me know.
Done.
Okay, please wait. It's just hanged. Ifra, Sham, Fawaz, Saif. I'm
Yes,
back.
sir.
Actually, right now I'm using OneNote, and it's a heavy software. That's why it just hanged. Who is the co-host? Okay, everyone. We are going to have another question. Whenever there is open vessel, we will apply N1 T1 equals to N2 T2. This is the concept. And after that, it's all maths. Okay. An open vessel, another question. An open vessel contains air at 20 degrees centigrade was cooled at certain temperature. Cooled at certain temperature at which number of moles of gas increases by 25%. Calculate final temperature. Calculate final temperature. Was
जी सर.
can you do this question?
हाँ sir.
Okay. Here is the hint: open vessel. That means the container is open or the vessel is open. That means pressure is constant as well as volume. Please do solve. Option I am giving you: 234.4 Kelvin, 240 Kelvin, 230 230 Kelvin, and option D is 230.4 Kelvin. Etasham,
Yes, sir.
are you solving it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If Ifra,
Yes, sir. Sending answer 1 minute.
Your answer is 1 minute.
No, sir. I'm sending answer in 1 minute.
Okay, okay. Saif,
I got A as answer.
yes, answer. Very good. Fawaz,
Answer?
what is your answer?
Sir, option A.
Option A. So just listen here. Open vessel, that means pressure is constant as well as volume is constant. And you can write a relation which is N1 T1 equals to N2 T2. N1 T1 equals to N2 T2. Now, what is the number of moles? Initially, we can see number of moles N1 equals to just let's say N. The number of moles N2, final number of moles, is increased by 25% and according to the question. Then N plus 25% of initial mole, that will be equal to, you can calculate it easily, 125 N upon 100. And what is the T1? That is initial temperature. T1 equals to 20 degrees centigrade. That is equal to how much Kelvin? 293 Kelvin.
Yes, sir.
293 Kelvin. And we need to calculate T2. We need to calculate T2. So we will apply N1 T1 is equal to N2 T2. And here the value of N1 is N. T1 is 293. And the value of N2 is 125 N upon 100. And the value of T2 is, we need to calculate it. So you can easily cancel it, N by N. And T2 will be equal to 293 into 100 and divided by 125, and we will get answer 234.4 Kelvin.
Sir, why here you added, in the previous question you have subtracted, right? N plus, there you have did N minus above this thing.
N plus 20. Okay, okay. In the previous question, it was like expelled out. If the number of moles are expelled out, that means number of moles decreases. And 1/4 was expelled out, that means 1/4 is 1/4
Minus.
initial number of moles minus 1/4 of the initial.
I did
And
minus.
here the number of moles are increased by 25%. That's why we
And-
just add in this, and we subtracted in that. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Ifra,
Yes, sir.
done.
Yes, sir.
Okay, moving to the next question. So here is another type of question. An open vessel.
Sir, 234.4, right answer?
Yes, yes, it's 234.4. An open vessel air at contain air at 27 degrees centigrade. What fraction of air? This is your homework, home assignment. You will do it in homework. Okay. An open vessel contain air at 27 degrees centigrade. What fraction of air is expelled out? Is expelled out when it is heated to 477 degrees centigrade. 477 degree centigrade. Okay, this is your home assignment. If you are done with the question, then let me know.
Sir, how should we send you this answer?
And do you have a number of contact of Niskar sir?
Yes.
Just send it to him. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Ifra, done? Question?
Yes, sir, done.
Okay.
Yes.
Now we have another type of problem, bubble related problem. Just write it, bubbles related problem. Here we apply combined gas equation. Here we apply combined gas law or combined gas equation, that is P1 V1 upon T1 equals to P2 V2 upon T2. Here number of moles are constant. Number of moles are constant. That's why here is a relation P1 V1 upon T1, which is constant. That means P1 V1 upon T1 equals to P2 V2 upon T2. The radius of bubble formed at the depth of the lake is 2 meter, where pressure is P ATM, where pressure is P ATM, and temperature, it's again starting P ATM, and and temperature is T Kelvin. Temperature and pressure are given. Calculate radius of bubbles formed at the surface of the lake. At the surface of lake.
Sir, what will be the temperatures there on the surface of the lake and the pressure? Same?
Fawaz, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So the temperature and the pressure on the surface of the lake,
Yeah.
it will be same?
Where, wait a minute, it's just hanged. Okay, right after this, at the surface of lake, where pressure is P by 4. Can you write it, Atasham?
Yes, sir.
Ifra,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
where pressure is P by 4 and temperature is 2T Kelvin. Where pressure is P by 4 and temperature is 2T Kelvin. Radius of bubble at the surface of the lake, we need to calculate.
So what's Kelvin?
2T Kelvin. No, I will not use this one note because it's hanging a lot. Okay, you guys do this question. हाँ फवाज, everyone, अब hang नहीं हो.
Yes.
जी सर.
I will use normal writing pad.
Okay.
It won't hang again. Sorry for the inconvenience.
The answer is 4 meter.
Yes, 4 meter.
Yes.
Arsalan, Ifra,
Yes, sir.
Saif, answer is 4 meter.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Let me be host. Then I will share the screen. Me.
And Muhammad
Oh,
Saif will
okay,
also-
Saif, you are the host. Make me host.
Yes, I did it.
Okay, thank you. Okay, where were we? So, Fawaz, your answer is 4 meter also.
सर मुझे अभी नहीं आया.
Okay, just see. Here we are going to apply P1 V1 upon T1 equals to P2 V2 upon T2. According to the question, P1 is P and V1 is 4/3. Since it is bubble, it is in a spherical shape, and the volume of a sphere, V of a sphere, equals to 4/3 pi r cube. You already know it. The volume of a sphere is equal to 4/3 pi r cube. Fawaz,
Yes, sir.
so we can apply 4/3 pi r cube. Radius of the first one is given 2 meter. That will be 2 whole cube upon temperature is T. According to the question, P2 is P by 4, right? And the volume will be 4/3 pi r cube. We need to find the radius, and temperature is 2T. Now we can easily cancel T by T and P by P. 4/3 pi will also be cancelled, and here it is 8, and here it will be R3 upon 2, and R3 equals to R3 equals to 16 or 64. Okay, these two will be left, and it will be 32, na? Saif,
Yes.
okay. There is a minor mistake. We can write here that is 8, and here it will be multiplied by 4 and 2. It will be multiplied, and it will be 4 into 2, that will be equal to 8, and r raised to the power 3 equals to 64, and r equals to under root of 64 to the cube, and then we can write 4 into 4 into 4, and the answer will be 4 meter. Arslan and Fawaz,
Yes, sir.
just write the solution, and if you have any doubt, then let me know. Done, Fawaz?
Sir, 1 minute.
Okay, take your time.
Okay,
Arslan?
done, sir.
Okay. Now we have a new topic, which is Graham's law of diffusion. Graham's law of diffusion or effusion. OneNote is quite good, but it doesn't work properly in my laptop. Okay, we have some points. I'm going to write it write with me, then I will explain it. Okay. The movement of gas in available space is called diffusion. Is called diffusion. Here is a container, and if gases are moving here and there, it is called diffusion. Another definition for diffusion is the movement of gas from a small hole, we also called it orifice, or orifice, is called effusion. If there is a container and there is a hole in this, and gases are coming in or coming out from this hole, this is called effusion. Is that clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Fawaz, Saif,
Yes, sir.
Can you explain again that
just see.
example?
Example here, it is called diffusion whenever there is diffusion from a hole, a small hole, that is also called orifice. If gases are coming inside the container or going outside the container from the small hole is called effusion, and gases are moving in a container, that is called diffusion in
Yes.
available space. Okay, done. Can I change the slide?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Fawaz.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what actually Graham's law says, according to this law, according to this law, the rate of diffusion or effusion, the rate of diffusion or effusion is inversely proportional to a square root of their densities, a square root of their densities or their molar mass, we can also say a square root of, first I'm writing molar mass. So rate of diffusion or effusion of any gas is inversely proportional to the square root of their molar mass. Here m is for molar mass. So if we are going to take the rate of effusion or diffusion for a gas which is 1, it will be R1 is inversely proportional to the square root of M1 and R2 is inversely proportional to the square root of M2. And if we are going to take the ratio R1 upon R2, that will be equal to, you can write under root 1 upon under root M1 and 1 upon under root M2. And after solving it, we will get R1 upon R2 is equal to under root of M2 upon M1. Is there any problem with this?
No, sir. Yes.
Okay,
No,
thank
sir.
you. Thank you. Just write it. Was done with this?
Sir, 1 second.
Okay. A lot of questions come from this topic in NEET and school exams also. Graham's law of diffusion is one of the most important topics for NEET, JEE Mains and board.
Done, sir.
Done. Everyone done? Okay. Now I can write R1 upon R2 again is equal to M2 upon M1. Okay. For the second relation of rate of diffusion, if we apply pressure, more and pressure, the diffusion will be more or less. Saif, Ifra, if there are gases present in the container and if you apply pressure, it is a movable piston. If you apply pressure, the diffusion will be more or less. Tell me.
Less.
It will be more.
It will be more, na, if the gases are present far from each other and then you are applying pressure here and it is a movable piston, then it will come, just suppose here, and the gases will come nearer to each other and the diffusion rate will increase. That means we can easily write a rate is directly proportional to pressure. We can write or not? Fawaz,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Ifra, Arsalan.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Rate is directly proportional to pressure. So I can also write R1 upon R2 is equal to P1 upon P2. And in terms of molar masses, I can write M2 upon M1. That is a new relation in terms of pressure and molar masses and rate of diffusion or effusion. R1 upon R2, since rate directly proportional to pressure, so R1 upon R2 is equal to, that is directly proportional means if R1 is in numerator, P1 will also be in numerator, R2 is in denominator, P2 will also be in denominator. That represents directly proportional. And you can see R1 is in numerator and M1 molar mass is in denominator. That represents opposite. That means inversely proportional. So then here is a relation R1 upon R2 is equal to P1 upon P2 and into under root of M2 upon M1. Write it. And in terms of number of moles, basically in terms of number of moles, we can write R1 upon R2 is equal to number of moles N1 upon N2 under root of M2 upon M1. That means if there are more number of moles, that means if there are the gas is the amount of gases will be more, then diffusion will be more. Is that clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Because the particle, the amount of gases will be more. That means they can diffuse easily, and that means rate is also directly proportional to number of moles. So we have three relation here. The first one, the second one, the third one. Okay. Saif, Etasham,
Yes.
Yes, sir, clear.
Fawaz, Arsalan.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can I change the slide?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm changing the slide. Here, for mathematical calculation, if there will be question on the basis of fraction of gas expelled. I'm giving you a direct formula, fraction of gas expelled. If here is a container and there is a small hole, that means the gas will be going out, and this is called diffusion. Fraction of gas expelled equals to initial minus final upon initial. How we calculate fraction? That means initial value, whatever is the value. If I'm talking about number of moles, that means N1 minus N2, initial number of moles minus final number of moles. That means moles left. This gives the number of moles left. This gives the number of moles left. And if you divide it by original, that means initial, it will give fraction of gas expelled. And if percent of gas expelled, if there will be question how much percent of gas is expelled, that will be equal to N1 minus N2 upon N1, the same value, and we multiply it by 100, and we will get the percentage of gas expelled from the container or the vessel. There will be more and more relation of the rate of gas, rate of diffusion of gas, rate of effusion of gas. Just write it, and we will do a lot of question on this. Done, Ifra?
Yes, sir.
sir.
Done.
Fawaz?
Done, sir.
Okay. We are going to see another relation, a rate of diffusion of gas in terms of volume. Rate of diffusion of gas in terms of volume. And you can see a rate equals to volume of gas upon time taken. You can write a rate of diffusion or effusion of gas, rate is equal to volume of gas upon time taken. That means R1 upon R2 is equal to, we can write, we already know that M2 upon M1. This is the relation. And here you can see the formula of rate R1, the value of R1 will be V1 upon T1 upon V2 upon T2. And it will be equal to M2 upon M1. And after solving this, you can easily write V1 into T2 upon V2 into T1 is equal to under root of M2 upon M1. This is the relation between, this is relation in terms of volume. Because rate of diffusion is also defined as volume of gas expelled or volume of gas going in or out upon time taken. V1 upon T1 from this to this. If there is any problem or any doubt, then let me know, please. I will explain it again.
Yes.
Okay, Fawaz, what about you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, done. Ifra, Arslan.
Done, sir.
Okay, I'm changing the slide.
Sir, wait.
Okay. Fawaz.
हाँ सर.
Okay, done.
नहीं 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 सर, एक मिनट.
Okay, okay. Take your time. Arslan.
Done, sir.
Okay, just see. Rate of diffusion in terms of distance. Rate of diffusion in terms of distance. Again, we will define a rate like we defined a rate for volume. So here a rate equals to distance traveled by gas, that is understood, distance traveled upon time taken. Distance traveled upon time taken. That is equal to D upon T. So R1 upon R2, we already know that it is equal to under root of M2 upon M1. And in place of R1, we can easily write D1 upon T1 upon D2 upon T2. That will be equal to under root of M2 upon M1. And we can easily write D1 into T2 upon D2 into T1 is equal to under root of M2 upon M1. According to the question, we will apply different formulas. Whatever is the given in the problem, according to that, we will apply the formula of law of diffusion, rate of diffusion. If distance is given, we will apply this formula. If volume is given, we will apply the previous one. If pressure is given, we will apply the previous one.
Done.
Done. Fawaz,
Yes, sir.
done.
हाँ, yes, sir.
Okay, Ifra,
Done, sir.
Saif.
Done, sir.
Okay. Rate of diffusion in terms of mass or number of moles. Rate of diffusion in terms of mass and number of moles. Number of moles. the last relation. Rate equals to moles of gas diffused or effused, moles of gas diffused upon time taken. Upon time taken. Here, rate equals to n upon t. And we can also write R1 upon R2. We already know that that will be equal to M2 upon M1. And I am writing it directly. N1 T2 upon N2 T1 is equal to M2 upon M1. Is there any problem with this?
Done, sir.
Okay. Efra,
Done, sir.
okay. I'm changing the slide, moving to the question. Write the order of rate of diffusion. Write the order of rate of diffusion of following. O2, CH4, N2, He. Can anyone do this? Saif, Fawaz, Ifra, Ehtisham, Arslan. Ifra,
Sir, trying just a minute.
okay. Saif,
Yes.
what is the answer?
First one I got 1.
First one you got 1. What does it mean?
O2.
O2
No,
no.
I am just doing it. I didn't make it
Okay,
an
okay.
order.
Okay, just see it. Molar mass of O2 that will be equal to 32 gram.
Yes, sir.
Ifra, very good. And molar mass of CH4 that will be equal to 16 gram. And molar mass of N2 that will be equal to 28 gram. And molar mass of helium will be equal to 4 gram. Now see, rate is inversely proportional to the square root of molar masses. If we will decrease molar masses, then rate of gas will be increased. That means the gas with the least value of the smallest value of molar mass will diffuse most. Saif, Fawaz, Ifra.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes.
That means if we are going to arrange it, the most value, the largest diffusion, that will be equal to helium, then CH4, then N2, and then O2. Very good, Hitasham. So our answer will be this. Fawaz,
Yes, sir.
got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can I change the slide?
1 minute, sir.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, Fawaz.
Yes, sir. Done, sir.
Okay, next question. The rate of diffusion of methane at a given temperature is twice that of a gas X. Find the molar mass of X. Ifra,
Sending someone.
okay. Seth, are you able to solve it?
I'm trying, sir.
Okay. Fawaz, what about you, Etasham? Arsalan?
Doing so.
Okay.
So what is the molar mass of methane?
What is the molar mass of?
Methane.
I just wrote the wrong spelling. It's methane. Formula for methane is CH4. And you can calculate molar mass of CH4. Very good, Ifra. Fawaz, what is your answer? You are solving it right.
Is it correct?
Let me check it. No, it's wrong. Fawaz, wrong. Saif,
No, sir.
Okay, just see the question, read the question carefully. The rate of diffusion of methane at a given temperature is twice that of a gas. Find the molar mass of X. That means we are going to apply the formula for rate of diffusion in which molar mass is present. So according to the formula, R1 upon R2 is equal to M2 upon M1. Is that clear?
Yes.
Now, given that one gas is methane and the other is X, so I can write a rate of diffusion of N2 upon rate of diffusion of gas X is equal to under root of molar mass of gas X upon molar mass of gas N2. Is there any problem in this equation?
Sir, why N2?
Why?
Because this is inversely proportional, na?
Sir, N2, you wrote N2, right? Why N2?
It was CH4, right?
CH4
Oh,
is
sorry. It is CH4. You can say it is CH4 and here it is CH4. Is there any doubt? Fawaz?
No.
Now, according to the question, rate of diffusion of methane at a given temperature is twice that of gas X. That means rate of diffusion of CH4 is 2R, then rate of diffusion of X will be R. That is equal to under root of mass of X. We are going to find, we need to calculate molar mass of X upon molar mass of CH4 will be 16.
yes, sir.
Now you can see R will be cancelled by R. And here 2 is equal to under root of molar mass of X upon 16.
And square
Now
both
we are
sides.
going to squaring both sides. Squaring both sides and we will get 4 and here it will be mx upon 16, molar mass of X upon 16, and molar mass of X will be 16 into 4, that will be equal to 64 gram.
Sir, I did mx square, so I got 64, but I wrote root of 64, so 8.
Oh,
And I squared
that's
the
very
both sides. I squared mx also. So I wrote mx square, so when rooting.
that is a big mistake. Saif?
Yes, you got.
Very good. Fawaz, Arsalan,
Yes, sir.
just write it and let me know.
Done,
Done.
sir.
Okay, changing the slide and moving to the next question. 20 decimeter cube of SO2 gas is diffused in 60 seconds. In 60 seconds, what volume of O2 gas is diffused under similar condition in 30 seconds. Saif, Sham, Fawaz.
Yes, sir, doing so.
Okay, very good.
So what is 20 dm cube?
That is volume. Decimeter cube, meter cube, kilometer cube, it's all volume.
Okay.
Okay. It is on 10 root 2. Your answer is 10 root 2. Right? What will be the unit?
So it will be dm cube.
DMT. Very good. Ifra?
Sir, I'm sending.
Okay. Saif?
Sir, say 10 dm cube.
Only 10 dm cube or 10 root 2 dm cube? Decimeter cube.
I'm getting 10 only.
Okay. See here. If volume is given with time, then we have a relation V1 into T2 upon V2 into T1 is equal to under root of M2 upon M1. Now, here is the difference. If you are taking V1, that is for SO2, I'm writing it volume of SO2 into time for O2 upon volume of O2 into time for SO2. That will be equal to molar mass of what? Tell me, SO2 or O2? Etasham?
So molar was first will be
O2.
O2, sir.
And here
No, no.
it will be molar mass of SO2, right? Etasham?
Yes, sir.
Now, volume of SO2 is given, that is 20 decimeter cube. That is 20 decimeter cube, and time for O2 is given 30 seconds. And volume of O2 we need to calculate, and time of SO2 is 60 seconds is equal to molar mass of O2, that will be 32, and molar mass of SO2, that will be equal to 64. Isn't it, Etasham?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Saif? And it will be cancelled by 1 by 2, and here it will be 20 into 30 upon volume of O2 into 60 is equal to under root of 1 by 2. Okay, now we will just solve it. 0 0, and it will be cancelled by 2 times, and it will be cancelled by 10 times, only 10 times. Okay, it will be cancelled by 10 times, and here we got 10 upon volume of O2 is equal to under root of 1 by 2, and again squaring both sides, what we will get is 100 upon volume of O2, square of volume of O2 is equal to 1 by 2, and it will be equal to volume of O2, square of volume of O2 will be 200, and volume of O2 will be equal to under root of 200. Saif? And again, we can calculate it 10 into 10 into 2, and it will be equal to 10 root 2, and the volume was in decimeter cube. So volume of O2 will be equal to 10 root 2 decimeter cube. Okay, Saif?
Yes.
What was your mistake? Fawaz?
I just converted M2 by M1 whole square to R1 by R2 for 8.
Okay. Ifra?
Yes, sir, my answer was same.
Okay, very good. Fawaz?
सर मुझे भी वही NDM क्यूब मिला था.
अच्छा. Okay. Just write it. Anyone writing this slide? No, I'm changing the slide. This. Okay, I'm changing this slide too. Next question.
नहीं नहीं सर वो लिख रहा था.
Okay. Just write it and let me know. Fawaz.
डन सर.
Okay. Okay, we are going to have another question. 20 gram of helium at 20 gram helium if fused in 10 seconds through a small hole. What mass of SO2 gas is effused through same hole in 15 seconds? It's also too easy. Fawaz,
जी सर.
which formula you are using for this problem?
सर वो मास वाला.
Which mass wala?
ये N1 into T2 N2 into
That
Tm.
is n for number of moles, and we have to use that formula. First, we will calculate number of moles, then put the value, and again we will get number of moles, and then we will change number of moles into mass.
ओके सर.
Okay, Saif, Ihtisham, Ifra, done.
1 minute.
Okay, take your time. 10 to 2. Is it the mass, Ifra?
Sorry, sir, I sent it by mistake. I'm sending it.
Okay. Saif,
Doing sir, 1 minute, sir.
okay, take your time. Done. Okay, let's see here. 20 gram of effused gas, 20 gram of helium effused in 10 seconds through a small hole. What mass of SO2 gas is effused through same hole in 15 seconds? That is mass given, and we don't have any direct relation between mass and rate of diffusion. We have a relation between molar mass, not mass. So we will just first convert number of mass given into number of moles. So number of moles of helium, that is given mass upon molar mass. Given mass is 20 and molar mass of helium is 4. That will be equal to 5 moles. Again, number of moles of SO2 equals to given mass upon molar mass, that is equal to 32. Since we need to find this, so I'm just keeping it number of moles NO2.
Sir, SO2 is 64, sir.
SO2. Okay. So, I know that the molar mass is 64, but the mass is not given. We need to calculate this mass. So just suppose NSO2. So according to the relation, we have learned that N1 into N2 upon N2 into N1 is equal to under root of M2 upon M1. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So just keep it number of moles N1. I'm writing it He into T2. T2 is for SO2, time of SO2, upon number of moles of SO2 into time for O2. Sorry, helium. And here it will be mass of, that will be SO2 upon mass of, that will be He. Now again put the value, number of moles of helium, that is 5, and time taken for SO2, that is 15 seconds, and number of moles of SO2 we need to calculate, and time taken for He, helium, that is 10 seconds. Okay, and mass of SO2, that will be molar mass of SO2, that will be equals to 64, and molar mass of helium, that will be equals to 4. Now we just it will be cancelled by 16 under root of 16, and here it will be cancelled 5 2 15, and it will be 15 upon, you can see 15 upon 2 into number of moles of SO2, and it will be equal to under root 16. Under root 16 equals to 4. 15 upon 2 into number of moles of SO2, and we can easily cross multiply it. 8 into number of moles of SO2, that will be equal to 15, and number of moles of SO2 is equal to 15 by 8. And we can apply number of moles is equal to given mass upon molar mass is equal to 15 by 8, and molar mass of, we got number of moles of SO2. Now you can calculate given mass. Ifra,
Yes.
now calculate it and let me know the answer. Fawaz,
Answer.
can you calculate it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Calculate the mass of, calculate the value of M. Very good, Atisam. We just need to put the value. This mass we are going to find, and molar mass of SO2 that will be equal to 64 is equal to 15 into 8, and M is equal to 15 into 64 divided by 8. 8 8 is 64, 15 into 8, that will be equal to 120 gram. Ifra, what was your answer?
Sir, my answer was same,
But 10 root 2.
no, sir, that was answer of previous question. So I
Yes,
missed.
yes. Okay, Fawaz, can should I show the previous slide?
नहीं नहीं
Okay. If you are done with this slide, then let me know. Saif, is there any
Done, sir.
problem in this question? Saif,
No, sir.
okay, can I change the slide?
Yes.
Okay. Moving to the next topic, which is kinetic theory of gas. Kinetic theory of gas. And it is applicable for ideal gas. Applicable for ideal gas. Basically, there are two types of gases, ideal gas and real gas. We will talk about real gas after this, and we will see the difference between ideal gas and real gas. Okay, so here are some postulates of KTG, kinetic theory of gas. The first postulate is, just write with me, it's just a postulate. Gas consists of large number of identical particles called atoms or molecules. First postulate, what it says, gas consists of large number of identical particles called atoms or molecules. Second postulate, it considered that the ideal gas is a point mass particle. It is a point mass particle. Therefore, the actual volume occupied, by gas is negligible in comparison to volume of the container. So in ideal gases, we consider ideal gas as point mass. So the volume of container, the volume of gas is negligible to the volume of container. Third postulate, there is no force of attraction. It is all postulate, or you can say that it's assumption for ideal gas according to KTG. So there is no force of attraction present between gas molecule. It is all assumption. Just write it. Fawaz,
What is the last
Done,
point?
sir.
this is there is no force of attraction present between gas molecules. It's all assumption for ideal gas. Okay. The gas we apply the ideal gas equation, and the gases which are real, we cannot apply the real gas ideal gas equation in real gas. So it's all assumption.
Okay.
Okay. Fawaz, Saif.
I finished, sir.
Okay. Fawaz, what about you?
Done.
Okay. Next postulate. All gas particles. It's all assumption. All gas particles are in constant random motion. Are in constant random motion. During the random motion, they collide with each other. With each other, as well as with the wall of container, as well as with the wall of container. When we will study the real gas, about real gas, then we will we will understand the importance of these assumptions. Okay.
Done, sir.
Okay, very good. We next assumption is gas particles move in all possible direction. Move in all possible direction in a straight line. In a straight line. Next assumption is collision between gas particles are perfectly elastic collision. Have you studied collision in physics? Elastic collision, perfectly elastic, perfectly inelastic collision, Ifra?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it's all assumption, and the importance of assumptions will come to understand after real gas, when we will study the concept for real gases.
Done, sir.
Fawaz, done?
Done, sir.
Okay. Next assumption is
Last line baki.
okay. Okay.
Done, sir.
Okay. So here is different particles of gas moves with different speed or velocity. And next assumption is the kinetic energy of gas particle is directly proportional to. This is very important, and so many questions came on this topic. The kinetic energy of gas particle is directly proportional to absolute temperature. If we increase the temperature, then kinetic energy will increase also. Just write this. And we will have some questions from board level.
Yes.
Done, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Saif? Saif,
Yes.
done.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to give some question. Okay. So, which of the following graphs represent, whoever know this, whoever know this graph or question, please answer in chat box. Which of the following graphs represent the correct Boyle's law? More than one option can be correct also. Very good, Fawaz. Thanks. Mohammed, Ehtisham, and Saif and Ifra. What about you?
Sir, what is Boyle's law?
Boyle's law says that pressure is inversely proportional to volume. Okay. In this week, I will talk to Nishkar sir and to arrange a class for you. Okay.
Okay.
A, B, D.
No, sir, no, sir,
Ehtisham.
no, later.
Ifra is gone. Okay. B and C only. Mohammed Etasham.
Yes, sir.
B and C. This is wrong.
Ah, sir, 1 by V. Okay, okay. So I thought.
Just see this, this, and this only, not this. Okay.
Sir, I thought this is just V. I did not see 1 by V. I wrote V.
Okay.
Sir, can you explain why are this correct?
Okay. Yes. Why not? Just see, Boyle's law says pressure inversely proportional to volume. Okay, Saf?
Yes.
So for removing this proportionality sign, I am taking a constant, proportionality constant, that is K. That doesn't matter. P is equal to K upon V. We can write. And here we see PV equals to constant. K is constant. So I instead of K, I am writing constant. Is that clear?
Yes.
So the first graph, P versus V I'm taking. What is the relation between P and V? It is inversely proportional.
Yes.
And whenever inversely proportional, there is a relation which is inversely proportional, and we need to plot a graph, then the graph will be a rectangular hyperbola. This is a rectangular hyperbola. Is that clear?
Okay.
Now see, again, a graph was on PV versus P. PV versus P. Now see the this is Boyle's law. How we know Boyle's law? Whenever there is a graph and there is a relation between pressure and volume, that is Boyle's law. Okay, and here is a condition: P inversely proportional to volume only when the number of moles and temperature is constant. Is that clear?
Okay.
So here PV equals to constant. That means the value of PV will not change. P into V is constant. What does that mean? That means PV in the value of PV will not change. That means the graph will be a straight line. After certain value, the graph will be a straight line or not?
Yes.
Now, again, a graph was given between P versus 1 upon V. Now see, here is the relation, or you can take it here. P is equal to, can I write K into 1 by V?
Yes.
Now see, on y-axis, it is Y. On y-axis, it is P. Exactly.
Yes.
And on x-axis, it is 1 by V. That means instead of 1 by V, can I write X? Because the
Yes.
value of 1 upon V is X. That means Y directly proportional to X.
Yes.
And whenever there is directly proportional, the graph will be a straight line.
Yes.
And you can for this graph, you can see P is equal to K into 1 by V. And here P is on y-axis and only V is present on x-axis. That means 1 upon X. For here 1 by V is on x-axis. That's why I just took it X. But here only V is given on x-axis. That means 1 upon on the for the value of V, it will be X or not?
Yes.
I'm explaining it again. P V. Here is a relation P inversely proportional to V. So P is equal to K into 1 by V. I can write on y-axis, it is Y. On y-axis, you can see P is on y-axis and V is on x-axis. So I can write 1 upon X, and you can see P Y inversely proportional to X. So the graph will be like this. And if the value will be P versus 1 by V, that means you can see from this graph, P is on y-axis, and on x-axis, the value is 1 by V. That means directly proportional. the whole value on a on x-axis. That's why instead of 1 by v, I'm writing x directly, and it is directly proportional, so the graph will be a straight line.
Yes, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you so much for today. I'll see you on Thursday. Okay.
Sure.
Sir, can you
Oh.
wait 1 minute? I will just copy it down.
Okay, no problem. Can I change the slide to the previous if you want to write it from there?
Yes.
Yes. Here. Saif, are you done? Fawaz?